Tzu Chi volunteers distribute rice to families in the Iligan, the Philippines, in the aftermath of floods. Tzu Chi volunteers in Surrey and Coquitlam Tzu Chi Academy held New Year celebrations respectively. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Surrey Su. Thank you for joining us. In December last year and also in January this year, Iligan of the Philippines was devastated by 2 typhoons. They caused rivers to overflow and destroy many essential crops such as corn and coconuts. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers have traveled there to give typhoon victims rice, benefiting more than 1,000 families.
2 typhoons destroyed much of Iligan and made the farmers suffer even more because their important crops such as coconuts and bananas were destroyed and they could not sell them for money.
I'm pretty upset as a mother because my kids are starving and cannot go to school. We can't pay for the tuitions. We live far away from the town, so it's difficult for us to find work.
Tzu Chi evaluated their conditions and held a distribution for over 1,000 families from 44 townships. The locals do not expect they can receive rice.
Rice is expensive here. My husband must work in a coconut field for a very long time to buy a bag of rice.
You know how difficult the people are.
People here live hard lives, so distribution is very helpful to them.
1 bag of 20 kilogram rice is very valuable to them, so some came in the car to pick them up and bring them home in a motorcycle. The volunteers followed some of them to their homes. The bumpy rides allowed the volunteers to realize that bad transportation can cause the lack of goods.
Rice is really important, most especially to the indigents, because in their everyday living, they usually eat sweet potatoes or vegetables only.
Their first relief goods came from Tzu Chi, and they don't need to worry about getting starved. They will also become more confident in rebuilding their homes.
In our next report, we'll meet a volunteer in Fujian's Quanzhou who had a horrible car accident 5 years ago. Xu Xiuqi's daughter passed away in the accident and she was seriously injured. With Tzu Chi volunteers' companionship, she overcame her grief and has volunteered to help others at Tzu Chi's aid distribution. Xu Xiuqi relies on the machine and lighting equipment to make a living. While she looks agile, she actually had a car accident in 2013. Back then, her daughter passed away and she was seriously injured.
I was taking my daughter to her school and I suddenly remembered that I was cooking duck at home. Therefore, I planned to stop and call someone at home to turn off the stove. Then I got into a car accident.
Although she only makes 1,000 to 2,000 renminbi a month, she willingly stopped receiving Tzu Chi's monetary aid. She and her mother save up in a coin bank to help others. In addition, she helped out at Tzu Chi's winter aid distribution in January of 2018.
Since Tzu Chi brothers and sisters have helped me, I also want to help others today.
Nearly 400 volunteers were mobilized in this aid distribution. Among them, Chen Liang has been doing recycling since joining Tzu Chi's distribution in 2011.
As long as my health allows me to do so, I hope to come serve other people. It is better than being served. I feel joyful and healthy.
People work with one heart to carry out Tzu Chi's first aid distribution in Nan'an City. In the process, many people turn from receivers to givers, fulfilling their wish to help other less fortunate people. In China, Tzu Chi volunteers not only carry out winter aid distributions, they also visit families in need before the Lunar New Year. In Harbin, many Tzu Chi care recipients are seniors who need to look after their families who have fallen ill. Therefore, the volunteers visit them regularly, hoping to relieve their stress and pressure.
People are busy buying goods for the Lunar New Year. Tzu Chi volunteers are also busy, but they are buying new bed sheets and quilt covers for Liu Xiqin, a care recipient. The person lying on the bed is Liu Xixing's wife, who has been paralyzed for years. For 5 years, Liu Xixing has been looking after his wife, so it has touched the volunteers that they always want to help share the load. The same love also appears in this family. However, Dong Changfa has to look after his wife and also their son, who suffers from cerebral palsy.
My son can't talk, so I must take care of him with everything.
Understanding Dong Changfa's difficulties in raising his son, the volunteers bought him a cooking machine and also chit-chat with Dong's wife. They agreed that when the flowers started to bloom in the spring, they will take her out to enjoy the sunshine.
When the weather becomes warmer, we'll take you out, okay? Good. When the flowers are blooming, we'll take you out for fun. Wonderful.
The volunteers also visit Wang Jinpo. His brother Wang Yinpo died in a car accident in Taoyuan, Taiwan in 2016, when the tour group he joined was on the way to the airport. After the incident, the volunteers always visit him every year to bring him care. He also saved money in a coin bag to pay back Tzu Chi's love for him.
Thai Power spends an estimated $221 million to maintain some 23,000 electrical towers. However, this work is only carried out by some 500 maintenance workers who are responsible for everything from cleaning the towers to washing the insulators. Today, we take you to learn more about this important work.
When climbing the electric tower, this tool must be used to anchor the rope to prevent falls. When climbing to a height of 3 stories, one's legs begin to go weak, but Thai Power staff needs to climb to a height of 16 floors under the hot sun, but they need to work for more than an hour. Exhausted, we let professionals take it from here. This water is used for spray cleaning, not for the tower, but for the insulators on the high voltage lines.
Air pollution can also accumulate on the surface along with the dust, which can stop the insulation effect and produce leakage of high voltage, which can cause short-circuit accidents.
Keeping the surface of the insulator clean is the work of these unsung heroes who work high in the sky. Mr. Guo is a staff employee of Thai Power who has been performing this cleaning work for 36 years. Though he's 55 years old, he has the physical strength of young people and also had a high degree of diligence when compared to other workers and staff.
When the insulator is dirty, you spray water on it, which can cause sparks, making it very easy to explode.
However, when there are serious pollution problems along with many industries in the vicinity, power cannot be shut off, making it quite risky to clean these high voltage wires.
A northeast monsoon came and there was instantly lots of pollution as it was hard to send staff, so we quickly got a helicopter to help clean because it was much faster than other manpower.
Thai Power has long commissioned Emerald Pacific Airlines to supply helicopters to use strong water spray to clean these towers, though travel amongst these high voltage wires is very risky. The helicopter encountered a power cable leading to 2 fatalities. A plane loses power and is forced to land, leading 2 people to be injured. Being entangled in a power line leading to a crash which killed 2 people who bravely gave their life to ensure stable power for Taiwan. To reduce accidents, Thai Power recently used unmanned aerial cameras instead of the traditional helicopters to conduct topographic surveys.
Drones can be deployed after heavy rain or earthquakes to help our staff judge the situation of tower and the surrounding terrain to see if it is still intact.
Aerial shots reveal the immense size of these electrical towers, which are all dozens of stories high. Also lead some to wonder why Thai Power would spend so much money to build them so high. When the trees grow taller and taller, they will get close to these high voltage wires, and there's a chance of having a flashover accident. Therefore, Thai Power staff increased the tower height to 40 to 50 meters to increase the distance between trees and wires. 345 kilovolt EHV wires need to be more than 5.5 meters away from the human body or animals and plants to prevent the threat of a flashover accident. The safety distance for high voltage wires changes depending upon different voltage. At the substation, even the normal operation of transformers will require monitoring by Thai Power from time to time to avoid abnormal conditions.
Because of high voltage equipment is contained inside the container when we measure it. If there is an abnormal phenomenon, we will stop the power and use more sophisticated instruments to do more measurements.
Small emissions of electricity could lead to a mounting disaster as we go to the source of this electricity, which is the power plant where nothing can go wrong. This coal-fired power plant operates 24 hours a day, much like Unit 2, which set a stunning record of 709 days of continuous operation.
If there are no malfunctions, we operate at full power generation load, and in terms of power supply this summer, all 10 of our plants are at full power generation.
Does not giving these generators a rest really matter? According to Thai Power, the transmission and distribution system failure rate is 1%. When there is a failure, it affects the entire system, making regular maintenance very important. Here's unit number 1 of the thermal power plant. You can see through the lens the current staff have done disassembly and overhaul, as each major item needs to be overhauled every 2 years. This means that major maintenance takes place from October to May of next year. Downtime maintenance and repair ensures that all these electrical power generating systems can continue operating long into the future because of devoted human care.
After people return to school and work after the Lunar New Year break, it's normal to find hard to concentrate. Some people will feel tired and anxious after a long break. Here are some exercises you can try to do to adjust your body and mind to get ready for work and school.
Family and friends gathering to party and eat constantly during the Lunar New Year vacation, along with irregular daily routine, may affect your body and mind. As the vacation comes to an end and work and school are about to start, you can try abdominal breathing to get yourself back on track.
The principle is to control the speed of your breathing. Imagine a relaxed environment and calm down the excitement of your autonomic and sympathetic nerves so you can decrease your anxiety level and improve your work performance.
Adjusting breathing will work better with body extension exercises. Try this exercise. Sit on a chair and pull your hand to the front and hold it up. Next, slowly turn your waist back for 5 seconds and switch between both sides. For your lower body, stretch your feet to the front and pull your feet vertical to the ground, or hold the back of a chair and pose in a lunge position. This exercise can relax and calm your mind and body.
If you sit and watch TV or play poker for a long time during the Lunar New Year, then you should do stretch exercises for your shoulder, upper back, and waist area. If you went out to travel and walk a long way, then your calf may be feeling sore, so you can focus more on lower body stretches.
In addition, soaking your feet in warm water can soothe the pressure, while some simple aerobic exercises can boost your energy and stabilize the adrenaline level in your body. On top of that, having a light diet and avoid overuse of 3C products over time can help you get back to your daily routine and get ready for a new beginning at school and work.
In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers in Surrey held a Lunar New Year event. In addition, another Lunar New Year celebration was held at Coquitlam Tzu Chi Academy. Both events attracted many Westerners to participate.
Children are wearing traditional Chinese clothes, and adults are sharing the meaning that each food item symbolizes during the Lunar New Year.
Tzu Chi Academy enabled us to pass down the cultural spirit of Chinese people and our humanitarianism. I feel very happy.
Coquitlam Tzu Chi Academy welcomes the Lunar New Year, and some alumni return to school to perform the story of Nian as a shadow play.
You can only learn about the shadow play and Jingsi aphorisms in Chinese school, so we're very glad to be able to share with them.
Children cherish the once-in-a-year handwritten spring couplets very much, while they receive red envelopes and greet each other with blessings. Teachers and volunteers deliberately arrange many activities in each section. In a library in Surrey City, the Dragon and Tiger dance greets everyone, while some Tzu Chi volunteers put on a costume of the god of wealth to entertain the guests. Tzu Chi volunteers have formed great connections with the library, having a special exhibit about Tzu Chi. City Councilman Mike Starchuk had been deeply influenced by the bamboo coin bank.
It's changed me. I give every day. I have that feeling of giving on a daily basis. It doesn't matter how big or how small, and that woman was right.
The starting of the Lunar New Year is also the beginning of good deeds and wishing that everyone can have a year full of wisdom and blessings.
To reduce the pain and suffering of elders and potentially the time they spend in sickbeds, daycare centers for elders have been widely implemented. Caregivers and healthcare workers and doctors also become involved in functional rehabilitation. Also, other elders are brought in to help stimulate their sense of self-worth. Medical research finds that elderly people who help others are often healthier than people of the same age. Mrs. Bai has been a nurse practitioner for 40 years, assisting many dementia patients, as she never thought that she would also fall victim to the disease.
Mom suffers from a poor memory and often forgets things. She's often afraid to go out.
Dementia is an irreversible disease. Children can reverse the course of the disease, though they can hope that their elders will be happy in the later stages of their life.
My mood is better since coming to this daycare center, and my memory has also greatly improved.
We all think she's quite happy all the time. If some elderly people are in bad mood or not feeling well, she will take the initiative to cheer them up and bring joy to all these elderly people.
No, I'm nosy. I like to help people because they encourage me continually. And without this encouragement, I wouldn't be able to make such progress.
Because of my mother's nurse nature, she always wants to help others.
Nuns from the Surrey Catholic Church also volunteer on a weekly basis at this daycare center.
I'm also an elderly person myself, so I can feel their needs. When we have them all together, they are happy, and we are also so happy.
Neuroscientists have found out that when helping others, the brain produces prolactin, which drives the secretion of dopamine and endorphins. Dopamine is a positive neurotransmitter, and endorphins are morphine-like substances produced by the brain. Both of these substances help people feel happy, and in process enhance immunity, which also helps them. This 80-year-old couple have been volunteering for more than 20 years.
These elders without children aside can get lonely and their minds can degenerate. So when I see this, I want to go out and be more active.
Before, I was just waiting to eat and waiting to sleep and even waiting to die. This was my life as I didn't know what to do when I was at home. But now that I'm a volunteer, my life feels fuller.
The general concept is that elderly people need to be cared for. Some believe the stages of health follow the pattern of good health, poor health, debilitating disease, and then being infirm. Seniors with debilitating disease and disability can get very good care in the elderly daycare center, and elderly people who still find themselves in good health can volunteer and still be useful here. In our next report, we'll meet two medical professionals who serve the public selflessly. In Miaoli, pharmacist Luo Chongshen, who is a polio sufferer, has formed a group of volunteers to repair uneven roads. Meanwhile, TCM doctor Zhao Wangji has been providing medical services in the mountainous regions of Pingdong for 20 years. The TCM doctor Zhao Wangji, who lives in Kaohsiung, has been providing medical service in Pingdong's mountainous regions for the past 20 years. Dr. Zhao, his wife, and a nurse are busy setting up a temporary clinic.
I've been serving the people here since 2006. I never imagined that I would be serving for such a long period of time. People will gather here after we make the announcement. We will be at a Presbyterian church before 1 p.m. to provide medical services. For 2 hours every week, Dr. Zhao provides TCM services for the residents in Qingshan Tribal Village. Dr. Zhao has been providing the services continuously, even when the weather is cold.
It is very inconvenient in the mountainous regions. The seniors cannot drive, and the young people have left the region for work opportunities.
Dr. Zhao, who's already 70 years old, has never complained of fatigue while providing medical services for the residents. Despite a 90-minute drive to get there, he will continue to safeguard the health of the residents. A pharmacist who lives in Miaoli also gives of himself selflessly. Surprisingly, he's actually repairing uneven roads everywhere. Luo Chongshen, who's sitting on the electric vehicle, has mobility problems due to polio. He said that he formed a group of volunteers to repair the roads because when he was 17, he once fell on an uneven road after school. Therefore, he has decided to help people repair roads.
People reported the case to us and we did not have the asphalt. Therefore, we took the initiative to buy asphalt.
Many people who were deeply moved joined the volunteer team.
We decided to come help out as it is for a good cause. Our main goal is to prevent falls.
In the past, there were no road rollers. Therefore, Luo used his car to level the asphalt. During the process of repairing roads, he changed 3 cars. After taking up this mission for more than 30 years, Luo said that his volunteer work is similar to his profession as a pharmacist, which allows him to serve the public. On the back-to-school day at Jinghu Elementary School in Tainan, the teachers designed special activities for students. While the older students helped clean up the gutters on campus, the younger students visited the seniors in the community. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.